Good evening, and thank you for joining us from here in Tel Aviv on day 7 of the war. The big headline today is the evacuation order of more than 1 million Palestinians from northern Gaza, raising concerns of a worsening humanitarian disaster. Israeli planes dropped thousands of leaflets warning residents to leave the area immediately. A pending ground invasion of Gaza appears imminent. The UN says moving almost half the population would result in, quote, devastating humanitarian consequences. The Israeli military also began conducting targeted raids inside Gaza to hunt down Hamas militants and search for the hostages. At the White House, President Biden spoke with the families of 14 Americans who are still unaccounted for following last Saturday's attacks. And the State Department says the first charter flight to evacuate American citizens from here in Israel has landed in Greece. The number of people killed continues to rise, with more than 1,300 in Israel and over 1,900 in Gaza, including 600 children. And today, Reuters videographer Issam Abdallah was killed and 6 others injured by Israeli shelling across the border in Lebanon. We have team coverage tonight from Israel to Washington, and CBS's Imtiaz Tyab will start us out tonight from Jerusalem.
Norah, good evening. Israel's massive airstrikes are continuing tonight as Palestinian families desperately run for cover. And there's no way of knowing how many evacuated from their homes in northern Gaza.
Carrying whatever they can, Palestinians flee their homes in northern Gaza on foot, following Israel's order by leaflets for the more than 1 million people who live there to evacuate. A mass evacuation, the UN says, is impossible. We don't know where we're going, says Ahmed Awad, a resident of Beit Hanun. We are heading south, but don't know where. There's no shelter or anything. We left the house we were living in. God help us. The evacuations have also been deadly. According to Hamas, 70 people, mostly women and children, were killed in an Israeli airstrike that hit a convoy fleeing Gaza City. Since Hamas's deadly rampage across southern Israel, the Israeli military has carried out thousands of strikes across the Palestinian territory, inflicting mass casualties and pushing the already ailing healthcare system to the brink, as doctors struggle to treat so many wounded. Israel is now blockading food, fuel, and water, causing even more misery, says CBS News producer Marwan Al-Ghul, who lives in Gaza and fled south with all 15 members of his family. He's now worried about how he'll find food or water for his loved ones.
What are you feeling in this moment?
As I am civilian and a father of a family and granddaughters, grandsons, I feel very sad. I'm scared of the future. I think we will not maybe stay long alive.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken, speaking in Qatar today, says the U.S. is trying to ensure the safety of civilians.
Our focus now is on helping to create safe zones.
Tens of thousands of people around the world took to the streets today in support of Palestinians, from Baghdad to Barcelona, as Israel prepares for its ground invasion.
Tonight, Israel has given the Al-Auda hospital in Gaza until dawn to evacuate. According to Doctors Without Borders, the hospital is one of the few still treating patients, as Gaza's healthcare system is now near total collapse. Norah.
Imtiaz Tyab, thank you.